Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or they have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Friends, this is very, very strange. A woman gets married to cops. This is a widow who is identified as Beatrice. She married her late husband, William Godfrey, in Busia County, that's in Kenya. And the wedding ceremony was attended by a large crowd. You can see that's the crowd there, a lot of people in attendance. And the bride, wearing a white wedding dress, was escorted by women in the community as she walked down to the corpse housing her husband's body. This is what they had to say. We are aware it is not your wish to have a wedding ceremony in this manner, but kindly accept this ring so that you and your wife will remain one. The man presiding over the ceremony told the dead groom. While they were wearing his ring for him, the man is already dead in the corpse. You can see that's the corpse there, and that's his bride. While in his corpse, the officiating person now had to wear him his ring and saying that is the only way that they can actually unite together. And according to the report, Beatrice is a member of the Jerusalem church headed by prophetess Mary, whom they call her mommy. Members of the church view death as a graduation, hence the belief that even in death, a couple could remain together. Isn't this very, very strange? Where can you ever see something like this happening? Now, does it mean that this woman will never move on with her life? This lady now is marrying someone that is dead. And to her, to their belief, because she said from their own church, what the belief is, if you die is a graduation, you're moving to the next level. This woman now who is going to remain single in real life, to her she's married. So is she going to be communicating with a dead man? How does she intend to live her life? This is very, very strange and unheard of. You can even see the coffin. They are trying to lay him down to rest in the graveyard. And you can see her standing by the coffin there as well. Sometimes you see certain strange things that are happening. You'll be wondering, where do they get this kind of ideas from? So where is this idea of when you die, you're going to a next level is a graduation? So right now, they are still married and that's the only way they can reunite themselves once they have that bond of marriage. Guys, what do you all think about this? Isn't this a strange thing? Isn't this something very difficult to even imagine a single lady would get herself involved with something like this? So for the rest of her life, she's going to be telling herself that she's a married woman, she has a husband, and just moving on like that. If it's someone who even wanted kids in the first place, she can never have kids except she want to now go out there, get adopt or have her own means of getting her own children. So otherwise, people see her as a married woman, but no husband physically with her. It's an indirect way of luring people into this act of spiritualism, where you find out that some people, in situations like this, you go to their house, you just see them talking to somebody, and when you ask them, they'll tell you they're talking to their husband. They now start getting involved into all this kind of demonic acts where you invoke spirits of people that are dead. You know, some people get into acts like that where they will tell you that there are some people that can communicate with the dead, and if you've lost someone in the past, that you can go to them, some of these fortune tellers or these card readers, and then they will be able to relate with your dead person and bring the person out so you can communicate with the person. That is where some people get themselves mixed up with some demonic activities. Right now, to this woman, she will be communicating with her own husband as far as she's concerned. That ring that they have wore on both fingers is a bond that can't be separated. For them in the church, the man is dead, but he is still living in another level. So, what kind of teaching is this particular prophetess teaching her members? This would expose people to a lot of darkness, to a world of dark places where people involve themselves into some kind of activities that are not even mentioned in the Bible. Even the Bible says after death comes judgment. So I don't know what she is trying to preach. Or are they not using the same Bible that we all know? Or did they form their own kind of a Bible with their own doctrines where they will have to follow and worship according to what she is saying? Sometimes when you see certain strange things happening, you'll be imagining what world are some people living in. Are they living in the jet age, or are they living in a very different world from the one every other person know and are living in? How do you describe this kind of a marriage now? And see crowd like it's one normal thing to them. You can see the crowd of people out there. See the number of people that are witnessing such ceremony. They're even singing and chanting to the woman while she's dancing and going to the coffin. Some people are misled by their leaders. And it's so unfortunate that some people, it's anything the leader says, that is what they do. They don't go back to their Bible to go and search and read and be sure that what this particular person is saying or instructing them to do, is it according to the Bible? You know, anybody that is preaching outside the Bible is just preaching his or her own doctrine. And it's not good for people to mislead people, because it's so terrible these days that if anybody comes out and calls the name of God, some people decide that anything this person says, that is what I am going to do. Irrespective of the fact that this person may be wrong as a human being, they still follow this person's instructions. And if you're there, you're a leader of a particular group, society, or a particular organization, there is no point you mislead your people. All because you see that these people are loyal to you, your congregation is loyal, they listen to everything you say, and whatever you say, that is what they do. It's not good you take people's humility, people's response to you for granted, and then you take that as an opportunity for you to meddle with their minds and meddle with their lives. This doctrine that this prophetess is now leading these people, for them now, some people will be eager to die because they feel that once they die, they are going to another level. It's a graduation, it's like a school. Once you graduated from the secondary school, you now go into the university. Or once you're out of high school, you're now going into college and all of that. So it's another way she has now interpreted death to her members. And that is why you can see all of them gathered there, because if they didn't believe what their prophetess was actually telling them, you will not see crowd there. People will be disgusted with the whole thing. They'll be like, what is all of this? But for them, it's kind of normal. It's like the right thing that needed to be done. Please, people should be very careful with the places of worship they attend. Check and be sure that this person is not misleading. Some people are working under the influence of the powers of darkness, and you would not know, because they would still cover everything up with the Bible and with God. And then you keep following them, not knowing that you're being lured into a dark world, into a dark place in your life. When you see some people would end up just having to be confused what direction to go or where to stand. These are things like this that will be coming up. Don't be surprised that this woman will be communicating with her dead husband. We shouldn't be surprised if that eventually starts happening, because that will be another way they may say, okay, if you want to keep on communicating with your husband, they may now expose her again to this other dark side where they'll say they will communicate with the dead, and you can be communicating with your husband. It's like you're living with your husband. There was an incident like that just happened. The woman had lost her husband. And so she was now introduced. A friend of hers now called and said they needed to go somewhere so that she can keep on living with her husband, even though her husband is dead, that it should look like he is still alive. And she welcomed the suggestion and went with her friend. So her friend took her somewhere, and when they got there, she spoke with her husband. The woman was all these kind of people that read cards, all these soothsayers. They were able to communicate with her husband. To them, it was her husband they were communicating with. I know sometimes some of these things they use darkness to bring out people, and it may not be the person's husband in real life, but it may come in the form of the person's husband. That was what happened to this particular woman. And when that man came out, she communicated with him. He looked like her husband and everything, but in a spirit form. And after that had happened, when this woman went back home, it was always she and that man that was called her husband that woman had called out. She didn't send him back. According to them, how they do it is when you evoke a spirit out the dead person, you need to send the person back. But the witch doctor did not send this woman back, did not send her husband back. Instead, she released him, and he was free to keep on moving around. He was always with her. At some point, people started feeling like she was a crazy person, and her friend did not tell her the truth about after going there. Later, terrible things started happening to her. The man would now start doing horrible things in the house, and then the children were like, what is all of this? That the mom should get rid of this thing. Instead making the mom, she started acting weird, started acting like she wants to start going into some kind of darkness in the act of killing and all of that. The friend told her that sorry, she didn't have to tell her everything, but these are some of the consequences that would come after you release your loved one. And so the man was making her, she was losing her mind. He was doing horrible things in the house. Sometimes he would go set the place ablaze. It was so terrible. So eventually, they said the only way for her to get rid of the man was to kill somebody. I think there was a man she was actually trying to be close to. The only way was for her to get rid of that particular man. Then the husband can be called back to the grave. Let him go back. In the whole of this thing, the woman said instead let her kill herself, that it's better she died. And each time she tried to kill herself, that her husband would stop her. He wouldn't let her kill herself. And this went on until eventually when the man was doing certain things in the house, and that her other friend, the man, was in the house. That was how this man tried to save the woman from killing herself. He ended up killing his own self unknowingly. It wasn't an intentional thing, but the whole thing turned out into an accident, and that man died. That was when the dead husband went back to the grave. According to them, they call it the spirit world. He now had to go back. So you can see that some of these things are not good at all. Once you expose yourself to this dark side, it has a lot of consequences, and the consequences are very, very dangerous. At the end of the day, the person may even lose their own lives because they start acting strange. They start behaving abnormal because you're communicating with something you call a spirit from the dark side, and you think it's your own husband. Unknown to them that these are in form of disguise, with a dark person coming out to claim that he is your own husband. So people should please be very, very careful, observant about things you get yourself involved with, especially being led in a wrong direction. This woman and the congregation are being led in the wrong direction. For the prophetess to tell them that once they die, it's a graduation, so it's another level. The person is not completely dead, the person still lives on. And that is what convinced this woman to now decide that she's going to wed the dead husband. And then they had to exchange and wear rings and had their marital vows. So the man is dead, lying in the coffin, and the woman is alive. And right now, she is now known as Mrs. William Godfrey. Please, people should be very, very careful. Not everything a leader tells you, especially when they are teaching from the scriptures. Just go back and read what's in the Bible and be sure that you are not being misled. Some people read the Bible upside down. Some people read the Bible the way to suit them. Some even go back to retranslate the Bible in a manner that would suit them and suit their own activities. Friends, what do you all think about something like this? Please, if you have anything to say, you can put that down at the comment section. Please, everyone should be very, very careful. Not everything that you're being told that you just go by it and go by such instructions. Your Bible is always there for you to check and be sure that whatever instructions that are given to you by your leaders are straight from the Bible. Thank you. Please don't forget to hit on the like button, also the notification bell, and subscribe so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Friends, I'm here today to talk about how to start up a new YouTube channel. So for those that are looking to start up a new YouTube channel, probably you've been trying to figure out how to go about it, or you have been trying to see what it entails or what you need to start. That's why I'm here today, to give you the easy way for you to get this done. Not just the easy, but the best method, and also to give you or to talk about the best teacher who will give you all that is required for you to start up your own YouTube channel. This is a teacher. He is really successful with his YouTube, and he has been a teacher for so long now. Teacher is Matt Pa. He's going to give you a step-by-step method on how to start up your own YouTube channel. No stone unturned. Every step of the way, he's going to lead you through it. You have links that you can actually reach out to him and communicate with him directly. That's Matt Pa there. You can see the huge successes he has made in YouTube. You can see his silver, you can see the gold, you can also see his revenue that he's actually making on YouTube, which is very huge. He is going to give you a YouTube step-by-step tube mastery class, every step of the way, from the beginning of the opening of the channel to how you can start up and put up your videos. He is leaving no stone unturned, like I said. So for those that are seeking for how to start up their own YouTube channel, this is the easiest and the fastest way for you to have access to this particular teacher, who is honest and straightforward, and you will enjoy every bit of the class, and you will have lots of gain. At the end of your class, you will have lots to hold on to and to start up your own YouTube channel. It's going to be like an ABC class, starting from the scratch. So please, for those of you that are interested in starting up your own YouTube channel, Matt Pa, he is the teacher, and you will have direct access to him. I'm dropping the link below, so please, you just click on that link and you will have access to Matt Pa's class. He is going to give you the whole content of YouTube and all that it takes for you to be successful in YouTube, and how to start YouTube from the scratch. Like I said, and I'm going to repeat, he's leaving no stone unturned. And it's so interesting that if you have any kind of complaint, no matter the time you have this complaint or you are confused about anything, you can communicate directly to him and he will give you a response as soon as he gets your question, or as soon as he gets your mail or anything you're trying to confirm from him. He is quick at responding and he will give you the right answers. And even if you go elsewhere to search, you find out that what he is saying is actually true. He wouldn't mislead you. So please, for those of you that want to start your own YouTube channel from the scratch and see how you can be successful on YouTube, please go to this link, click on the link below, so you'll have access to the teacher. That's the teacher there you can see and see his success. You can go through that and then you click on the link so that you can have direct access to Matpa himself. This teacher, you will enjoy and enjoy every bit of the classes that he's going to give to you. So friends, do not forget to click the link below so you have access to Matpa's Tube Mastery class, and he will give you the best teaching for YouTube you would really need to start your own channel. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please, for those that have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you once again, and God bless you all.